Hi guys, welcome back to Chinese Pod. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Carly. And today we're going to be talking about the Dragon Boat Festival,
which is 端午节 in Chinese.
So, Rebecca, we all know that 节 is holiday in Chinese, but what about 端午? Is there a specific meaning for that?
Well, actually, these two words have nothing to do with the festival itself, and it just means the beginning of May.
That's right. And some of you might be wondering why it means the start of May when the festival is actually in June.
Well, that is because this festival falls on the 5th of May on the lunar calendar, which is around June every year.
Great. So now that we know that, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the origin stories and traditions of this festival.
And more importantly, we're going to show you a lot of different kinds of 粽子, which is
sticky rice dumpling.
That's right. I'm so excited already. All right, let's get started. So Carly, why don't we start by telling everybody about the story behind this festival? This is about the famous poet Qu Yuan, right?
Yes. So Qu Yuan was a poet and politician during the Warring States period. He was known for his patriotism and was beloved by the people. However, one day, he heard that the king had been killed, and he was extremely saddened by this news that he decided to throw himself into the Miluo River to end his own life.
And when the people heard about this, they started to wrap those sticky rice dumplings into bamboo leaves and threw them into the river in the hopes of preventing the fish from eating his body. Now, this is very important because in the Chinese culture, it is tradition to keep the bodies intact for people to commemorate for the deceased.
Yes, and that tradition evolved into today where people would eat sticky rice dumplings to celebrate this day.
That's right. Carly, I think this is a very sad story. I feel like when people first hear about the Dragon Boat Festival, they would think, oh, maybe there's some happy backstory to it.
Yes, but the story did turn out quite touching in the end when everyone wanted to preserve his body. And another bright note is that now we get to eat sticky rice dumplings.
That's right.
How about we talk a little more about that?
Okay.
And here comes my favorite part, the sticky rice dumplings, which is a crucial part of the festival.
I've got a question for you. Why do we use leaves to wrap up the sticky rice?
So leaves are very sustainable, and they actually keep the natural flavors inside the sticky rice.
Yeah, that's right. And I also noticed that the surface of those leaves are non-stick, so you can just eat it straight out of the leaves. It's very convenient.
Exactly. So originally, there were only two types of dumplings. The first one is the meat dumplings,
which is 肉粽,
and the vegetarian dumplings,
素粽. Now, over time, different regions came up with their own versions of 粽子. So, for example, we have 北京粽子.
Yes, and this one, maybe from the name you can tell, it's from Beijing. This is actually a sweet dumpling, so it's very typical for them to have red bean or dates inside.
Yeah, it sounds very delicious. And we also have 四川辣粽. By the name, you can probably tell it's pretty spicy.
And this is an interesting one. It's made with numbing spices and cured meat.
Cool. So, which one is your favorite kind?
Well, I would have to say I like the traditional meat dumplings best.
For me, my favorite kind is 北京粽子 because I have a sweet tooth.
So, Rebecca, aside from food, are there any other activities that we can do on this day?
Yeah, of course. We can watch 龙舟比赛 on TV while eating the rice dumplings at the same time.
Yes, the dragon boat races.
Yeah. 龙舟比赛. 龙, dragon, 舟, boat, and 比赛 means race.
Yes. And so this actually became a tradition because when Qu Yuan killed himself, the people attempted to find his body in the Miluo River on a boat. They would head into the rivers in teams trying to find his body. But, Rebecca, why are the boats in dragon designs and not, for example, tigers?
Well, I think maybe it's because the dragons look very scary and they were trying to scare the fish away. So over time, this tradition became the dragon boat race, where the teams would follow the leaders to snatch the flags.
So have you watched dragon boat races before?
Maybe once or twice.
Me too. And what about, are there encouraging phrases that we could say to cheer on the team?
Yeah, we can say 加油, which literally means to add fuel. But in this case, we can use this phrase to motivate the team or cheer somebody up.
So if you get a chance to watch a dragon boat race this year, remember to yell out 加油 for the team.
加油!
So stepping away from the origin stories, let's talk a little bit about the month itself, because it actually has a lot of interesting information.
So May used to be called the evil month, and since it's the start of the summer, it usually brings bugs and diseases.
And in order to avoid these bad lucks, people would often put up woodworms
艾草
to scare away these evil spirits.
Yeah, and nowadays it has evolved into getting rid of the bugs and bringing good luck. So another common thing that we would see on this day is 香包, which directly translates to fragrant bag. So parents would pack these dry herbs or Chinese medicine into these little bags, and children would carry them around to bring good luck and health.
Yeah, and commercially now, a lot of these 香包 are in the shape of sticky rice dumplings. Another thing that we often see is that parents would tie colorful silk strings on the wrists of children for them to bring good fortune and longevity.
Yeah, and we usually see those colorful decorations on kids because the parents are concerned about their safety or health.
I remember when I was young, I loved to collect these 香包 because I thought they were so colorful.
Well, I collected them because they smell so good, and I would hide them underneath my pillows.
So another fun activity that we do on this day is that we would all gather around and try to make eggs stand up.
And that is 立蛋. 立 to stand up, and 蛋 is egg.
So everyone's heard about the idea of yin and yang in the Chinese culture. It is said that the yang energy is the richest at noon on the day of the Dragon Boat Festival.
And people believe that this yang energy can bring good luck and good fortune. So through this activity of 立蛋, people can have good fortune all year round.
If they succeed.
It's too hard.
I hope everyone has enjoyed this episode on 端午节.
And thank you for joining us at our 立蛋 experiment. We'll try again next year.
If you have any questions or feedback, please leave them down below. We'll get back to you as soon as possible.
And we hope everyone has a great Dragon Boat Festival.
端午节快乐! Alright, I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Carly.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye!
Chinese pot.